right there. You got a squeak.
I don't know about me. That's got a squeak. Oh, excuse you, Mel.
You did it first.
Well, you did it second.
What kind of argument is that?
I don't know. I've not got anything to come back with.
It's been an afternoon, hasn't
It's
it?
been a
Honestly,
hot minute since we were last here.
It's been hilarious
but,
this
wow.
afternoon. Right, so welcome to live shopping here at Highlight Crafts. This is our 6 p.m. show on the Wednesday, and we've...
I almost just sat myself down. There is a chair here for some reason. There's a chair here. There's a chair right behind me.
What are you doing?
I just literally went like that and almost sat on it. Took out a bush at the same time.
Oh,
Honestly,
good. Right, so if you want
right.
slick, absolutely not. But we do have a lot of fun here, and what you see is what you get. We're just real, and we love bringing you these fabulous deals on craft. So we've got a few things that we want to share with you in this hour. We did a show with this morning. Absolutely brilliant. I love this concept. It's so clever. So what we're going to do is show you this. David's going to do a quick demo. Then we're going to talk to you about the Pro Cut deal that we've got. That's mega. And then we're going to go into this in more detail. So where can you watch us and how do you shop? You can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you want to buy anything on either Facebook or Instagram, we're going to show you a product, and that product will have a code. And all you need to do is type shop and then that code into the comments underneath the video. So you can shop while you watch, which is fabulous. Then we're going to get a message to your social media inbox. When you open that message, there will be a link. When you're ready to check out that item, and as a digital download, the sooner you check out, the sooner you can be crafting with it, because it's instant and no postage. So making sure that you're logging into your account is really, really, really important, because it gives you the benefits of your club membership, which is free, by the way. So you get extra discount, loyalty points for every £1 that you spend, and on a basket spend over £35, free postage. Obviously, there's no postage on this anyway, because it's digital.
No, not at
If
all.
you're going to shop with us on the Highlight Crafts website, which is highlightcrafts.com, all you need to do is add the items that you would wish to purchase to the basket. They'll appear in a little red shopping bag at the top, and when you're ready to check out, click on that little red shopping bag, and that will take you through that process. If you've already got a basket open with us today, or if you fancy shopping ahead during the day, you can go onto the highlightcrafts.com website, click on the banner that's on the home page that says Shop Today's Deals, and all of that lot will come up and you can fill one basket, which is brilliant.
Oh, it's great.
Right, so team, David.
Hello.
Got Sam on cameras tonight.
Hi, Sam.
Woo. And we've got Amber in the producer's chair.
There she is, look,
It's a
there
thing
she
now,
is, there
this.
she is.
She's got to do this thing. Woo! I say, it's more fun than having Andrew sat there, isn't it?
Oh, I know, yeah.
Grunted at.
I'm here.
Right, talk to me about this download. Shop download $24.99. You've got a £5 saving, brand new today.
Brand
this
new.
is blooming brilliant,
It
David.
is, honestly, it
I
is
love
bonkers.
it.
I love it so much. I mean, you can see here the beautiful show-stopping samples that we've got today, done by the design team who've done a cracking job with this. It's all about creating apertures, silhouettes, fabulous scenes and settings, with, of course, the imagery designed to do that. Now, what you've got in here is loads of backgrounds, lots of inky backgrounds, lots of sunsets and physical skies and landscapes as well. But then what's happened is the team have translated and converted so much of the Tuard Robbins designs, like florals, animals, symbols, accessories, elements that you'll find in and around your garden or around the home, into silhouettes.
They're brilliant.
Doesn't end there though, because of course you can create this silhouette scene as it is. You can then also capture it with a digital punch.
I love
Now,
it.
of course, Minecraft Studio has its own punches installed. These are all additional shapes, designs, all different elements taken from the silhouette. So you can see here how a design has been created on the inside, and then the aperture has been dropped over the top, which was the heart shape, capturing all of the design in there. So this means that for you at home, you can do tons. Well, you've got an infinite variety. You've got almost 2,000 elements, I believe, on here as well, which is a monumental amount of brand new content. And even if you just want to do a quick silhouette project, that looks like it's on watercolour card.
It's amazing.
Honestly, it is unbelievable. Let's take you through, of course, just as an insight, what you're getting in here. These colours are fabulous. So many different gradients for you to play with. You can see you've got the true rainbow spanning through the entire collection. We then also, this is where of course we have those overlays, so your digital punches, where when you work with them, this grey area will be white, and this bit will be, of course, an aperture.
Yes.
So you'll see through it, almost like it's been cut out. So this will then drop and drag over the top of your chosen design, scene, anything at all, and reveal, of course, the image through it. Now, you've got those in wreaths, you've got them in butterflies, baskets, jugs, you've got them in, of course, a trellis, all of the planters, all of the different containers. And of course, it starts to get really clever because real imagery is then used for these apertures, which is just unbelievable. Look at all of them. There is so many.
There's loads on here.
Now, I've used these quite often because I think I just love the open space of an aperture. I've just done a project with the heart as well, which I'm going to show you how to build during the show. But you've even got Craftmaster shapes in here too. So loads, and then it gets florals.
Love these. It's absolutely phenomenal deal, this. You've got a £5 saving on a brand new download. I love this concept. Wait till you see David and what he does with this, because it's super. Right now you're looking at it and you're going, yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to do with that, right?
Absolutely.
But when you see the quick demo that David's going to do, it will all make sense.
Look at all these.
I know, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love this concept.
We're on 250.
It's that wow moment, isn't it?
The
and
wow.
you'll get that wow.
Like all of the scenes, all of these buildings, all the architecture, the landscapes, all being an aperture is fabulous. But then it gets really juicy because we go into your imagery with your scenes. I mean, they are gorgeous.
Aren't they? Phenomenal.
Look at the colours in here. These on, of course, your PET sheets or, of course, your holographic sheets are going to look unbelievable. But again, we go into silhouettes. So then you have all of the images taken into a silhouette form. But it's like a stamped image, so it means you don't need a stamp. You've got a bit of gradient inside here where it will show translucency. So you'll actually be able to see slits of colour coming through. All broken down for you to build up into any assortment, any shape. Maybe you're going to group them all together. Group all the flowers inside the pots, all the containers. It just continues. There's so much to explore.
Look at all this. Isn't this just fabulous?
Yes, it's unbelievable.
It's a crazy amount. And if you're thinking, oh, well, that's a lot of paper that you use, don't worry, we'll recycle it.
Oh, absolutely.
We use it for other stuff. But this is amazing.
But also, you can see here, now you might be thinking, well, can I turn any image into a silhouette on Micro Studio? Yes, you can. But these have been turned into stamped edges. So all of the edging around the sides has been detailed to feel like a stamp, and the gradient has then been designed to look like a stamp. So it's completely separate artwork. It's a whole new process. It continues to go through. We've got the silhouettes not only in the black and white. I'm going to skip through a few here so we don't go here. There's a lot. We've then got them in colorized form along with the skies.
Wow.
We've then got the colorized silhouettes, which means you can group then all of the poses together and have them as a blurred color, which looks wonderful. So you've got them all again for you.
And of course you can change them, change the colours, can't you?
Oh yeah,
which
of course.
Fabulous.
Well, we chose to capture a certain element of one of the backgrounds, which featured so many different purples in it, and that will allow you to turn it blue, green, orange, pink, green. You know, anything you want it to be, it will be, and all of those are on there for you. And this is all brand new.
Yes, it is. It's brand new today with a £5 discount off it. That's before your club discount, and your loyalty points get sorted out for you as well. Shop download $24.99. David, can we go and have a really quick look at it?
Yes, let's do it.
Because I need you to. It sounds really patronising. I don't mean it to sound patronising, but I need you to understand the concept, because when you see it, like when I saw it this morning, and David built this picture, and then he suddenly put this aperture over the top, and I was like, wow. That is amazing. Right, my lovely. You go and get ready for that, and I'll just run through a couple of things here. What you do? What's that? What did you do? What?
Floated past, apparently.
You floated?
Floated. I don't remember floating anyway. No, so.
Honestly, it's a madhouse in here today.
Mel's bought cake today, and we've all gone a bit weird.
I have bought cake.
A little bit
Amanda,
weird.
this afternoon, honestly.
Amanda was malfunctioning.
So we print off all the polls for the show. So it's a picking order list, basically, a product order list. And we print it off and we write all the notes up from that. So tomorrow, I've done all of them. I've done all of the shows for tomorrow, and they're done. So I said to Amanda, can you print me off Fridays? Yeah. I've got 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I won't have done tomorrow. I just need Fridays. Okay. I've got 11 o'clock tomorrow. I'm like, Amanda, honestly.
I was basically a
you
fly
were
on
crying,
the wall.
weren't you?
I felt like I would decided to have a cup of tea and a bit of cake at that moment. It was like I'd got dinner and a show. It was just, it was just like amazing.
Brilliant.
To just absorb what was happening in the room.
Honestly, I sat there, looked at her, and I went, Amanda.
Yeah, I don't know what was
And
happening.
she had no idea, had she? She had
No.
no idea what she was doing.
No, not at all.
It was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Right, love.
What
Let's
we'll
have a look
do-
at this then, shall we?
I'll briefly share with you the concept, okay, because it is fabulous. Like, it's like nothing else. I've never seen this before, okay, so we're going to get into it. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to bring on one of those backgrounds, a beautiful gradient background. It could be any of them. I'm not going to go with the green ones because I've got a little project to share with you later on using one of the greens. So let's just go with, it's really hard to pick.
I know.
Let's go with this one. And I'm actually going to flip it so my lighter colours are at the top because that just feels a little bit more natural to me.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that. Again, remember all of the colours, as you know, you can go straight in and change all of them. Look at that.
Look at that.
That's a bit special.
That
Look at
is special.
So I'm going to focus prominently on this blue area, okay? So what we're going to then do is we can go into all of the content. So we can start with our silhouettes. So if we want to build a quick pose, okay, we can do this really simply and really effectively just using the outlines. So if I go into our accessories, let's have a look. We could get one of our plant pots or one of the baskets. A basket would look really cute. So you could bring in the basket and then you would go into your poses. So for this one, I'm building a silhouette. The next one, we're going to build an aperture. So what we're going to do is go straight into our floral posy designs. And in here, you could make a whole bouquet filled in a basket. It would look absolutely gorgeous. So start to have all of these built up inside here, okay? And of course, you can bring elements again to the front so it looks like they're still sat inside it. And it's a bit of fun.
It
It's
is.
something for
It's
everyone.
so cool.
Everyone can get involved with it. You don't need any skill, any expertise. You don't even need any previous experience with Minecraft Studio to have a go with something like this, which is why I love it so much.
Yeah.
But it's super effective. So say you were to do a really quick one, and I'm going to do a quick one because we're going to come back to it
We are.
as well. Let's just bring that a little bit further up, okay? And say that there was then your design, okay? You've made that wonderful image, your basket as a silhouette filled with flowers. You could then group over it all. Then you can still resize it, but then you can bring in those overlays, which frames everything. So if we go back into our our download, into overlays, we've got accessories and all sorts of shapes, okay? So if I was to scroll right down, your basic shapes and tags are down here, so you could do it as a tag shape if you wanted to. So let's bring on one like this. Oh, nice. And then it outlines everything else. So it blocks off all of your additional area, just like that. And you frame the aperture.
It's cool, isn't it?
It's so cool. And of course you can do this in so many different shapes, like some of the detailed ones. If I bring some of these on, you can see you could capture it there inside one of the wreaths.
Yeah.
And then you've got it inside here. We're going to build a full scene, remember, inside here. This is just the beginning. This is just the start of it. But look at those.
That's super cool, isn't it?
They're amazing. You could capture the whole thing if you wanted to. Let's just take that one there away. Go back into our floral poses. Let's just double check and see. In fact, let's go into, see where we've got our border, because I know we've got a little floral border somewhere inside here. It might actually be inside our foliage. Let's go right down to the bottom and see where that might be. Because I know I've got a little border inside here filled with lots of little elements.
Yeah, you had it earlier on, didn't you?
I did,
today?
but in fact, I'm going to use that one because this will look really nice.
I like that.
So let's use this one, and then I'm going to bring on the butterfly. Bring the butterfly
Bring
to
on
the
the
front.
butterfly.
Bring on the butterfly, and pop the butterfly just inside there. So now you're capturing just that olive branch with the birds on inside the butterfly. How cute is that? It's wonderful. And if you do want to add a little bit of definition, like a blurred radius to the inside or outside edge, you can do that too. So I could go in and just add a blurred radius, and it's going to give us a shadow on all of the inside area of that aperture. It looks immense. I'm obsessed with this process. I've been crafting with it in between shows, last night, this morning, doing something different every single time because you'll never make the same project twice.
Thank you to everyone who's been who's been joining us. Carol Lou says, have you all been drinking? No.
No.
Unfortunately not, Carol.
No, we haven't, we promise.
Unfortunately not. Might do tonight though. Yeah, but it's been a day. There's going to be a full moon or something tonight, I'll tell you that. Right, we're asking you questions. So first of all, type in Wednesday for a spin the wheel. And what's your favourite cake?
Oh.
Right, shall we talk about this Pro-Cut deal?
Yes, let's do it, shall we?
Because this is crazy bonkers value.
I was going to try and move that, but I'm not going to try and move that.
No.
There we go.
Happy?
Happy. Something like that. This is crazy. We launched this today.
Yeah, we did. So there's a whole story behind it. If you go back and watch, what time were we on?
12.
No, this morning when Stephanie came in and did her
Oh,
little...
8. No, 11.
9? 9. 9.
It was 9.
It was 9 o'clock this morning. So there's a reason why we're doing it, which you can go back and watch that because we're not going to talk about that in this hour. But what we've done is bringing you a phenomenal... Well, listen, it's it's just a ridiculous deal. And I mean ridiculous as in good for you, but ridiculous. So, Shop Machine, this is your Pro Cut. Now in the box you're going to get, in my opinion, the best die cutting machine that's out there. It's not about having the most pressure, it's about having the correct amount of pressure. If you have too much pressure in a die cutting machine, your plates will bend. And then you're constantly having to buy new plates, which is really frustrating because you don't want to spend your craft budget on stuff like that, the boring bit, do you? You want to buy lovely stuff. So first of all, we've got a 5mm plate in there. So when the factory brought us this and said, what do you think? Stephanie said, I'm not putting another die cutting machine out on a saturated market unless we can solve the problem of those plates bending. So they went away, came back, and the top plate, the one that must always go on the top, is 5mm thick, and it's made from a different material than most die cutting plates. So that 5mm thick means as long as you're putting it on top, it won't bend. So the only time you'll ever need to replace that 5mm plate is if it gets so scratched that it's then affecting your cardstock, like your speciality cardstocks. You also get your 2 3mm plates, a 5mm plate, and a magnetic shim, which is what you would expect. But on top of that, you're also going to get a rubber mat, so for embossing, and also a metal shim for cutting fabric, etc. And we were doing that earlier on when we at 12 o'clock.
We cut loads.
We cut leather, we cut faux leather, we cut cotton twill, we
vinyl.
took vinyl with our dies, and this was always all with thin metal dies. So normally this machine is £169, okay? And I have to say, it's worth every single penny because it's blinking brilliant. Today, if you're in our first, well, today we're bringing the price down to £85.99.
Wow, that's an unbelievable price. I never thought we would ever be able to do anything like that.
No, well, it is what it is, isn't it? Then if you're in a first tier of the club, you'll get 5% off. So depending on how much you spend with us, the more you spend, the higher you go up into your tiers. In fact, this purchase might get you up into the next tier.
I was going to say, maybe.
So when you come back and shop, you'll be on a higher discount. Anyway, 5% brings that price down to £81.69. Then you get points for every £1 that you spend with us here at Highlight Crafts. And we put those back into your account in about 2 weeks' time. We just make sure there's no returns or anything like that. So your points for this are worth £4.08, which brings the machine down to £77.61. But here's the thing. Today, we launched a die cutting club. I've had loads of people asking for one. And it's all about, this isn't about, right, we're going to bring you a set of dies and you have to buy it to be able to do the club. That's not what this is about. Stephanie, well, you'll all know Tattered Lace. I mean, Tattered Lace has been a world-renowned brand for a long, long time. And Stephanie is behind that brand. And she's also married to Carl, who's an engineer, who solves problems like the non-stick coating that is now kind of an industry standard. So what she's going to do is go back and pick out dies, and you don't have to use the same dies as Stephanie. This is all about techniques. So maybe you've got oval-shaped fundamentals. She might do 10 different card shapes with ovals. How do you cut half a die into a piece of card? How do you do all these different quirky little things that you see the design team do, and you might think, oh, Joe, they've done that.
Yeah,
that's what this die cutting club is all about. So you can use your own dies. You don't have to worry about that, but it's a really good opportunity to join that club. Now, that club is worth $29.99 for 3 months membership, which means that you're going to get 3 pre-filmed classes, 1 a month. You also get a download, and you also get invited to join a closed Facebook group. And I have to say, the people that are in our groups are absolutely lovely. There's no horrible stuff going on. Everybody's kind to each other. Everybody supports each other. Incredibly creative, which is exciting. So that's worth $29.99. We're throwing that in. Now, we don't have to do that.
No.
Because with the discount on your points, it's a great price. But you know what? That's exactly what we're doing. So you take another $29.99 off that. For your Pro Cut, you're actually paying £47.62. So if you can stretch to $85.99 today. You're going to get an absolute deal. We had people, and I didn't say this flippantly at all, and I ummed and ahed as to whether I should say it at all, but at that price, it might be worth buying a second machine.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Like, there's so many of you, and we were inundated with comments, of course, earlier on in the show.
Absolutely.
And so many of you saying, I've got my Pro-Cut, I got it when it first launched. I've now just got a second one on the way to me because this deal is irresistible. I've also then got a backup for, of course, additional die cutting when I'm doing simultaneous cutting, but also for additional areas around my home. Why not? It's such a great deal to get on top of. And again, this is the best price we have ever done. And also, this is the lowest price you can get this machine anywhere with all of those discounts.
Yeah, and this deal isn't going to stay on for very long. So seriously, if you want one, it's kind of make your mind up either today or tomorrow. It's stopping. So, what was I going to say? The other thing, and this is really, really, really important, when you order one, please keep hold of your order number, because if you ever have any issues with it, you can ring us up and we'll sort it out. It has a 12-month warranty on it. You won't get that warranty
anywhere else.
Well, you will with Clarity, because Clarity's bought them for us. But anywhere else, anywhere on the high street, you will not get that warranty.
You just get whatever it is that's just statutory to your rights, I guess.
Absolutely.
But that's entirely up to you. And of course, you've got that security with us here at Highlight. So you've got the aftercare, the club, the education, the warranty. You've got all of the customer service support as well, which means you can call us at any point during the days. And of course, email us as well at a time that suits you. And we can get back to you with any queries, anything that you need. Pick up the phone and we'll help you with it. We get calls every single day.
Yeah, we
Some people saying, just want to quickly ask, I'm about to do this. I really don't want to put it in the wrong way, and would explain it through. Or, of course, send pictures. There's so much, and the clubs are going to cover all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And your club included in there is tremendous. So you're getting a brilliant machine. We all have them in our creative department. They're on the desks in the academy. I have one at home. Yeah. Amanda has one at home.
I've got one at home.
You have one at home. We all bought them because it's a small footprint, which is brilliant, but I get everything that I need in that box, which means you can cut fabric with your thinner metal dies, your vinyl, your grey board, your mylar, your acetate, all of that kind of thing, because you've got that metal shim in there as well. It's a brilliant deal. Now, you make your mind up whether you want a second one, whether you're going for a first one. If you are sick and tired of buying plates, this deal is for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
You get all of the plates included as well.
Everything.
You get, of course, your 2 3mm, your 5mm. You've got your rubber embossing mat. You've got your magnetic sheet and your metal shim. You've got everything for all of the different combinations. And if you're sat at home as well and you're thinking, well, I've got my scan and cut to do all of my shapes, all of my detailing with. If you've also got loads of pre-cut stencils, or you like to make and cut your stencils on your scan and cut, now you can turn them all into embossing folders.
Absolutely.
I love that process. It was the thing for me because I was more into stencils before I was into dies, but then I realised the potential that all my stencils then had.
Yep.
That I didn't have to put them on a self-healing mat with a ball tool and do all of the detailing. I could spend 18 seconds.
Great.
And it's done. It's so good. It's so fun. The footprint's tiny. It's no bigger than a handbag.
No, absolutely not. Now, I've got it on a tool shed tomorrow, potentially. Depends how that stock goes overnight. But please don't think I'm pushing you to buy one. But if you're thinking about it, you need to think a little bit faster than normal.
Yeah, because we don't know when or if. So at the moment, it's whilst
we
deal's
sold a
on the
lot
screen
today, as you can probably imagine. So we'll let you know as soon as we can when this deal is ending. But don't mess about and wait, because that is a ridiculous price. I mean, the baby blue at full price is what?
Is it about?
Is it 55?
£55, just under 60, I think it is, for the baby blue.
For the baby blue.
Which is the teeny tiny one that cuts like your slimline plates. And also, loads of you as well will have not been able to join us this afternoon if maybe you were working, etc. So we did ask the team, and of course they said, absolutely, you can have it this evening during the show, because it gives everybody else the opportunity to get involved so nobody was able to miss out.
And it's fully automatic, fully electric, and you get everything you need in there. Right, David, shall we do you want to do your demo now, and then we'll go down the counter in a bit?
I don't mind. Do you want to show what do you want to do?
Let's do. Yeah,
should we say some hellos as well?
Yes, we'll do the decoupage paper.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we'll do your die things here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those two.
Right. So Shop Paper is going to get you 100 sheets of the decoupage paper. Now this sold out initially. This is what it looks like printed on an inkjet printer. Look at the clarity of that red that you're getting in there. I know it looks a bit strange because it's got the bleed around, because what they printed is an SVG reflection.
Yeah.
So it looks quite strange because you've got all this bleed, but you can see there the different gradients of green that you've got in there, the reds and the pinks that you've got in there.
I love the feel of it though. It's the wonderful. It's like that high quality magazine, but thicker.
Oh, absolutely. It's much nicer in it than a
Oh yeah,
magazine.
absolutely. It's like an eggshell satin.
Yes, you're getting 100 sheets, 170 GSM, but this is the thing. So this is printed on our normal pure print, which is lovely, but once you start to try and curl it back, so if I try curling that bear's head there, can you see how it starts to crease? With the decoupage paper, and I'll just uncurl this the other way. I mean, look how easy it is to uncurl.
I know, that was
right?
nice.
Wasn't it? All you can do is just literally put your thumbnail underneath and you can roll this paper. Okay, now you're not going to do this because this is extreme, but I'm showing you how easily that is and how well it holds its form.
I'm gonna say,
that
that's
hasn't
tight.
sprung back at all. It's brilliant. So if you want real depth and dimension to your decoupage, maybe you make and sell, maybe you do box frames with beautiful designs and scenes and florals in it. This is brilliant. You need to print it on your
Photo settings.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Of course, if your printer has branded photo paper, just go for the option that is either that or other inkjet photo papers or glossy
Yes.
papers, and it gives you the perfect surface. It'll take longer to print. It takes probably twice as long, so it's a bit slower. It doesn't necessarily use more ink. It's the way that the heads dispense it. Of course, they're not expecting it to go into a porous surface.
Yep.
It's expected to sit onto a slick one. So, of course, it actually, in essence, kind of saves you ink as
Yes.
well a little bit.
Absolutely. So 100 sheets, comes in its own box as well, which is always good. 100 sheets, $12.99.
Bonkers.
I mean, you've just seen, that, to be able to fold that like that and it not uncurl is amazing.
It did sell out last week as well. We do have it back, so this is your opportunity to get it again. I don't know how much we have, and I don't know how much more, if there is going to be any coming in again, but this would be a great time to get it, especially if you've just gone for that Pro Cut as well, because it cuts beautifully with your dies too, as well as your Scan and Cut. You can use it for your Minecraft Studio, your SVGs, your Reflections, your Charismas, all those different things, or what I really like to do with it is print photographs on it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a thing. Right, now then, we have a couple of questions. Karen, with Club, does it matter what die cutter you have? Absolutely not, Karen.
No.
No, doesn't matter at all. Question, I know you can do an emboss with stencils, but what is the combination of plates, please? Like that. Absolutely. So, 3mm plate on the bottom, magnetic sheet on top, your stencil, your card or your vellum, and then your rubber mat. So if you think about it, this is how my brain works. So the rubber mat is going to push the card through the stencil.
Yeah.
Yeah? If you've got it the other way around, if you've got your stencil on top, it's going to try and push the stencil through, which doesn't make sense.
The way I visualise
so it's stencil, product, mat.
That's it,
That
it's
rubber
that
mat does
sandwich.
that, and it pushes it through that stencil, so it goes in between those apertures in that stencil and puts it onto the card. It's honestly, it's
You know when you
brilliant.
pop a tablet out, like a paracetamol or
Yes.
something, and you pop it through a blister packet, that foil that keeps it in, that foil's acting like the card, and the tablet is then, of course, the embossing pushing it into it. It's that action of it, of course, just beveling through, and it will work as well on your big 3D embossing stencils that we actually have here at Craftmaster, and your standard Mylar ones. It'll work with both thicknesses.
Absolutely. Carol M, please. Question, please. Absolutely. If you reverse the cutting, does it cut again? Or if so, will it affect a very detailed die in a 140 GSM paper or make the paper stick to the die? I find that sometimes if cutting several times, the paper sticks, making it difficult to get off. Hope that makes sense. Sorry, a bit long-winded. Carol, don't apologise for asking the question. Yes, it will reverse it back. And the only time that I reverse it is, first, if I'm working against a wall and the plates can't go through, but I have mine on a Lazy Susan.
So you can swivel it.
So I just swivel it. So even as it's cutting, I turn it round and then I've got the plates, because otherwise you're doing this all the time, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
Yes, it will cut back, it will cut again. If you're using something like, it depends on the die that you're using, to be fair.
I'd use a quick tidy, well, one of our poly sheets as well.
I would absolutely use some of that. And just 140 is one of the hardest things to cut with the die. Thinner paper's harder to cut with the die than thicker paper, believe it or not, because you don't get that same bite. So yes, it will cut coming backwards, but I've never had any problems getting stuff out of our
I
dies
haven't
at
either.
all.
And if, of course, you don't feel like you need to bring it back through, don't. I found that some of my dies, and I kind of know which ones they are in my stash now, that I do like to bring back through
Yes.
for like a definite cut.
Yes.
I've got an odd one or two dies that are a bit older in my stash where I know as it comes out, it may have missed that little area,
bit.
and I always think it might not have got that bit. So I just bring it back through, and it kind of reassures me that I can confidently take it off without, mismatching the lineup.
Yeah. Also, smaller dies.
Yeah.
So if you're doing a little sentiment, you can just put it there, pause it, reverse it, and then you're not waiting that 18 seconds. I mean, 18 seconds is nothing, is it?
No, it's not, considering it does it that quick. That is quick.
Right, so in Renault Patchwork Guy, I
Say
just
that.
like a name. You know what I mean? It's just a name. Question, are you allowed to use Minecraft Studio to create your own fabrics with the Minecraft Studio images?
I don't see why not. You've got angel policy with it, so make and sell. If you're making your own fabrics, of course, if you're making the design, so you're physically putting elements together and creating a design, then yeah, it's your creation. So absolutely, it depends if you're making and selling it. But even so, if you are doing, yes,
Yeah,
because you're making the design and then of course passing that on.
it's brilliant. Right. Thank you for that. Right, do you want to talk about these dies?
Yes, absolutely, I would love to. So here we have the bottle stand for you, okay? Now I'm just going to grab mine that I made because this here launched actually late last year and I loved it so much. It's such an incredible project. If anyone's cold, by the way, please feel free to turn it off.
Oh,
I just
no,
got a
I'm
bit
never
hot.
cold, love.
Okay, well if anyone is, just thought I'd put that out there. Anyone in the
I'm
comments,
melting.
if you're cold, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you're cold, we'll turn the aircon on.
Yeah, can I say, it comes through the camera.
Today's been one of them days.
It has. This here,
Random stuff.
it's your bottle stand and it's universal. It's going to work for things like pin flare, of course your cadence. It's also going to work for your bigger bottles. It will work for your 120s, your 70s and slightly smaller as well. So you've got complete versatility and universal with this. Now the reason why I said to Stephanie, I actually made one out of card. The way it happened was I got a bit of construction board and I hot glued a makeshift version of this. And Stephanie said, what's that? And I was like, well, all of the bottles, the nozzle's on the top. And I get it, that's why they make it like that. There's a few out there in the world that do have it this way, like if you're washing up liquids are like that. But all of my crafty products are not. And I said, it always keeps all of the products down at the nib. So that there meant it was a little holster for it. And of course, all your cadence colours, cut them in the colourweight of cardstock and glue them all together at the end of your desk, which would just be amazing.
It would.
I did do one of those, I don't know where it is. But this comes for you in 11 dies. You can see you get all of the outline dies here. It folds together with all of the tabs in the right place with mats and layers for durability. I built this probably, I'm going to say last September, and it's still absolutely fine, and it's just cardstock. So you can do it in your pattern papers, you can use it with your Minecraft Studio printed designs. This here for you is shop bottle. We've got it at a great price for you though today. It's £5.99.
That's crazy.
You've got a £4 saving for a die with 11 components inside it. You're going to be, and of course it'll stop you, and it's a second nature thing eventually, because when you glue, you instantly go like that, and then as you get in it, you go,
Yeah, you do.
back to your project. You'll just eventually get that muscle memory of it going back in here. Put a little bit of foam tape or anything at all on the bottom of here and grip it to where you want it to stay, or of course you could just put a little weight in the bottom. Also a little tip for you, it comes with the matte dies that are rectangles. Cut them out of acetate or those poly bags, and you've got little liners for the glue in the bottom, so you don't have to keep putting the lid back on.
Look at you.
I know.
Right, so that is shop bottle,
Bottle.
£5.99. Now this one is your easel.
It is.
There we are.
So
There's your card.
this fold flat easel is fabulous. Now it did first launch as
Did you
a
see
die.
that little happy bounce then?
It's just these little things, and it is the little things that just make crafting all that more exciting when you've got something that has not only a functional element but also a very pleasing function to it. Okay. Now this here for you is your fold flat easel. I've got printed out as the SVG file. Now it is a download, so you're going to get instant. You're going to get it literally right now if you get it in your basket and check out. It's shop easel for the download. It's £6. Now what happens is it cuts it out for you and it folds flat on the card, so it's completely flush to the project, and then you glue it together. Super simple. You cut 2 of these, glue them through the centre. I will demo this again at some point, but of course, if you did want to watch the show back from earlier on today, you can do. Lift up the 2 back sections, and then of course you fold this channel back, and it forms a stand for you, so your projects stand upright.
Brilliant.
Photo frames, of course, without one on, you can use it for that. You could cut it out of different materials, so of course you could use your metal shim if you've got the die version, you want to do it with construction acetate on your Pro Cut.
Yes.
Or you could use it, of course, with different mediums on the Scan and Cut as well. Think about all those different substrates. I've found that, of course, a 250 GSM pure print works perfectly fine, though, for a canvas or a photo or a card.
I think it's a brilliant idea, isn't it? Absolutely
Love
brilliant idea. So that one is easels are easy to put together. I have the SVG, says Fran. Thank you very much for that, Fran.
Lovely,
yeah,
Fran.
shop, easel,
Easel.
£6. Right, what else would you like to go to? What's this?
So this, okay, so
Was
this,
ist das?
this is for you today. Wow.
is going on?
It is. So, what was I?
I don't know.
So this is.
What is it?
It's glue. Right, okay, so this is your Cadence porcelain napkin glue. Now, I popped it on the show because we do have the glass jars on here and the printable
yes.
rice paper. Now, what this is, it's a dishwasher-safe version. So it's your larger version that comes in the Magic Bond and Seal kit.
I need that.
I know. So it's almost, well, it's more than twice the size
Wow.
of your smaller one that comes in your box set. Slightly different label, but of course, this is the one that is the sister of that product. It's the bigger sister or bigger brother, whatever you want to call it. It's a bigger bottle, okay? Shop napkin, $9.99. You put your rice paper onto your glassware or your ceramics, leave it for 24 hours first. What? I don't know. Honestly, hair dryer if you want. I'm going to go away. I'm done. I'm getting that lemon drizzle and I'm driving off.
It makes me proper smile. Oh, dear me. Right, so if you want that, it's shop napkin, $9.99. Allows you to put rice papers through a dishwasher.
That's it. And outdoors
That's
in the
it.
weather. In the weather. In the
weather.
rain, in the frost, in
the
sun.
weather outside. Who knew we got weather outside?
Not in the indoor weather.
Oh, you can. It's called tea, hard work, long hours, and a great job, right? You can absolutely
All one
bring it
concoction
on,
together.
all in one, and cake.
Cake, yes.
Just saying,
And
cake.
endless supply of
And
coffee.
double cream, like the extra thick double cream. And I went into the supermarket and I got one that big, and I went, no, this is us. And I got one that big.
I saw it. Amanda popped it out earlier.
Last time every time Amanda puts cream on cake, there's more cream than there is cake.
I was like, are you having mashed potato with
Right?
that?
She
I was
just
doing like it's
literally gets a spoon and dollops it on, bless her. Oh, she's happy today. She had to take her car in to get her MOT work done, didn't she, last night? And she was lost without her car.
She was.
So she was happy going to pick
She's
it
all
up
good
tonight.
now, though.
Right, jars.
Jars. I mean,
These are a ridiculous deal.
they are indeed. I mean,
Shop jar, 12 of them for $10.99.
if you want to use your PET sticker sheets or your holographic stickers, you could use those on here, which would look
Nice.
really, really cute. In fact, I will cut one of these out and we'll show it you
Oh,
in a
what's
bit.
this, David?
Okay, I know a little bit of a sneak peek tomorrow at 12 o'clock. We have a brand new, again, Minecraft Studio launching for you. It's all about unicorns. It's the land of make-believe. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one of my elements. This is the holographic film. Now, these jars, you're going to get 12 of them in total. Okay,
Yeah.
12 jars altogether, which is a fabulous amount because they're $10.99 for all 12 of them. And, of course, they're a fabulous angled shape too. So I'm just very loosely cutting around here.
Really cool, aren't they?
Oh, they're amazing. Rice paper them, mirror spray them, use your varnishes, your Cadence porcelain or your glass paints on here would look amazing.
I just decided that I'm going to get I
it's
sound like
not
Granville, don't I? I'm open all hours.
Granville, is that little green bird?
Granville?
Granville.
Open all hours? Ronnie Barker?
I don't know who that is. I thought it was a little green puppet bird.
I don't know.
What am I thinking of? Oh, Orville. That's what I'm...
Right, I'm leaving now. How do you go from open all hours to Orville?
I didn't know what you meant. Okay, so I've cut out our little unicorn here.
Wonder why
Okay.
I'm mad.
Just done a little mat around the edge.
That's cool, isn't
It's super cute. And then, of course, on our glassware, we can put our stickers on.
All I think about is Despicable Me where she goes, Eureka!
I love Despicable Me. It's awesome, and it's the best film.
Look at these.
Isn't that fabulous?
So then you've got your own holographic
Yeah.
stickers on your glass jars. Now, of course, you don't even need to varnish this. You could just have it with flowers in there.
You could.
Wipe it clean. It will be
Absolutely.
absolutely fine. But again, you're getting
12 of
12. Paint them all different colours. Have utensils, kitchen utensils.
Yeah.
You could have string around it. Get some of the cork lids. Put
Yeah.
your tea, coffee and sugar in them. I think they'd look
Absolutely.
nice on a kitchen worktop. Great as well for gifts. So think about your gift giving with these ones. You said desserts.
I did.
I said cocktails. You could do all the different things in there.
That's David's new shot glass, that.
Just saying, that would be
Can you imagine that?
too small.
Oh, wow. Shop jar, 12 of them for $10.99. Right, posh card. We have to do the
Oh,
posh
we
card,
do,
don't we?
we
Because this
do.
is fabulous. And we'll do the stickers. And then I promise because we've only got 15 minutes.
What?
I know.
Oh
We've
my
got 15
goodness.
minutes.
Wow.
So I'll tell you what. Do you want to do your demo first and then we'll do the posh card?
Okay, yeah,
Let's
if
do
you
that
like,
because I
yeah.
want you to see this concept. It's blooming brilliant.
Let's do it, shall we? Right, okay, so I'm going to take you into my craft studio and share with you a project really from start to finish, because this is a process you'll have the same experience with. at
Amanda,
home.
yes, Granville was played by David Jason, but it was Ronnie Barker as well.
Ah,
you
okay, right. Right, there we go. That answers that for everybody. Well, just me, maybe. So I'm going to take you into the software. Now, what we're going to do first is build a project. Now, I'm going to start going into all of my accessories and just grabbing some bits and bobs out. I know I've made some notes of the bits I'm going to use so I can share with you in detail the project we're going to create. I'm going to put them all to the side just here as I go along. So I'm going to get some more out. Let's get our butterfly. We've got our bench out there as well. So these are from my accessories, so my silhouettes. And I'm really excited for you to see the result that comes out from this one. Now in our silhouettes, I'm going to use our houses and gardens. I'm going to go into here and get some of these. So let's use number 27, because that's really going to frame our project. Okay, that one's a brilliant one to start with, because it's got a grounding element and it's got foliage included. I'm then going to go and find another one, which is, let's have a little look here. I've got 56, so we've got our shrubbery, which is going to frame the corners. And then I'm also going to go with number 44, so another grounding section. And then let's pick a background as well. We're going to need a colour to set this on. So the colour I'm going to use for this one, the background I'm going to work with is 16. So this one here, that wonderful green colour. So what I did last time, and I'm going to show you this technique again, is that if you say flip an image, so let's flip this one horizontally and vertically, and slightly angle the design, I can get the lighter tone to the top and make, of course, a sunset, but it's like a vivid green. It's almost like the Northern Lights. So let's bring in our basic shape just to crop this out for now, using, of course, a digital punch. Just going to use a square for this one. There we go. So we're just going to crop this out of there. And we did a little technique earlier as well where we made a sun. So for now, I'm just going to copy and paste that and pop that to one side because we might need that colour later on through our project. So we can zoom back in again where we were. And I'm going to start with this one, bringing it to, in fact, let's send our colour to the back because for each time we're going to have to keep bringing everything else forward. So let's scale this down. I don't need all of that across the bottom. So first step, crop this off to get rid of some of that design and make this a little bit bigger now. There we go. I'm also going to grab just another piece as well. Let's go into our foliage and I'm just going to grab something that's a bit more of like a fern-like leaf that's going to fan out and give us a bit more detail. So let's have a look. We'll grab this branch here because that will be nice. But then let's have a look. Let's grab this one. Okay, we're going to get that one. And then also, let's have a look. That one will be nice too. So we're going to get those. Now, the way I'm going to start building this is I'm going to find an aperture and build within the frame. So, because of course, otherwise I'm working blind. I don't really know where it's going to block it off. So if I go into our punches and go into overlays, what I'm going to do is go into our accessories. Let's have a look. And I'm going to use our heart shape. Okay, so we can now start to see the aperture that's going to be captured inside here. So I can kind of gauge that I'm going to be working in here. So let's start building. I'm just going to scale this down just for the purpose of the demo so you can see what I'm doing. There we are, just like that. Let's now bring in this one. So that's going to sit down here to the side.
So cool.
It's amazing. Let's copy and paste that one. And then I'm also going to flip that around, scale it down a little bit and have that sat just there. But I'm now going to bring this aperture to the front. So that's now sat inside. I'm then also as well going to add a little bit of a grounding element just by scaling this down. And that's going to sit just there at the bottom. I'm then going to add some of these branches that we've just found and start to add these just into the sides, okay, which I think will look really nice. I'm going to copy and paste that one. So see how all the scene is being captured in the middle? It's just a beautiful, beautiful concept. There we go. Bring this around. Just take this away whilst I'm now captured where I'm going to go. Look at it.
Isn't that gorgeous?
So let's bring our bench in. So our bench is going to
Have we ever done a download with like silhouettes of fairies on?
I don't know if we have.
Because the fairies would look lovely in there.
They would, wouldn't they? They look
Yeah,
really
they would.
nice. Put this one down inside there. And as we're building this up, then what I'm going to do is just grab another one of those fern leaves. There we go. And make it so it almost looks like just a little bit of the foliage is popping up just to disguise that edge in that corner there.
Brilliant.
We've then got our butterfly, so let's crop some of these down. I'm going to copy it first though and start to build this up. Here we are. Paste that one so I've got a duplicate. There we go. And then I'm going to angle these around. Just have a couple of them fluttering through. And then this element I want to add, but it kind of ends here on the image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale it down. I'm going to copy it. So I've now scaled it down. So instead of dragging another out onto the page, we'll copy and paste it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this one horizontally, and then I'm going to crop around here. So if we use our scissors, I can cut just inside there. Just cut the birds away from that section. Let's find my scissors tool, there we go. Trace it all the way around here. So bring it back and of course keep the outer. I can then make that stick longer like that. Isn't it clever?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Now let's group those two together and we can move them as one. So now I can actually make a branch that links my trees from either side.
Oh, look at that.
How cute is this?
David, this is amazing.
It's so nice. And then, because they're almost in the centre, I'm going to grab this one and then let's use another punch. And I want to highlight the birds. We might need to just centralise them a little bit more. I'm going to highlight the birds in the middle. And this is a fairly quick process, but you can spend as much time as you want to going through yours and do some really detailed work. But this for me was just pure relaxation, enjoyment and fun. Now, I'm going to put that there. I'm going to take the brightness right up. And then...
Look at that.
I know, it's amazing. Soften that down.
Oh, I love that.
And let's make it a bit bigger. And then we're going to make sure our aperture is to the front and bring this in.
Look at that.
And look at the scene
Isn't
that
that
created.
brilliant?
I mean, that...
Just add the drop shadow on the heart on
Oh,
that
yeah,
for me
forgot about
because
that,
that
so-
just makes everything pop. It's look at that. Boom.
I mean, wow. So what you can do is you can then highlight over the whole thing, okay, group the whole lot together now. It's all one piece. And then what we're going to do is take a digital punch, okay, in our basic shapes. Oh, I've got a square here. We'll use that one. Maybe don't need to get another one out. Bring that to the front. And then let's just crop that. It's amazing. Crop that. And then again, let's see if we can add a blurred radius to that. There we go. Then we've got that. I know. So we've cropped down our
Right,
aperture.
how did you do that again? Just undo it and show me that again.
So what I did was I cropped down the actual overlay itself. So that there is the overlay with all the design in.
Yep.
I've then used my digital punch,
Yep.
cropped it out, so I've kept the inner,
Yep.
which has now cut away all that excess, so it's left me with a square.
Yes.
And then again, even though it's still got that blurred radius on the inside, because we've digitally punched it, this now sees it as a new file again without
Yes.
a blurred radius. So we can add it one more time, but it'll add it only to the outer edge. I know.
What this download?
It's a what?
People.
People.
People, no, it's
No,
too
there
advanced.
isn't.
There's no people. It's
No
just
people.
animals and wilderness. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly...
We need to do one though, don't we, with
That's
animals?
that's just planted the seed down
Animals,
there.
goblins, fairies,
Goblins, the lot, more
Peoples.
scenery, yeah.
humans.
Humans, lots of different
Look at
bits and
that. I mean,
bobs.
come on, that is a ridiculous. And it's $24.99. And
Yeah.
you've got a £5 saving on a brand new launch, and then you get your club discount and you get your loyalty points, and it's instant, so there's no postage. So you could literally be doing what David's done now tonight once you've checked out those baskets. It's brilliant. One thing I am going to do, and I'm sorry I have to keep doing this, but you need to be checking out your baskets with your Pro Cuts, because we're going to get to a stage, I think, tomorrow
Yes.
when this deal will no longer be here. So please, 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 and there'll be enough conversation that we've had with Diane. We haven't nailed exactly when it's ending, but there will be no, she said, and there will be no ringing up when the deal's gone and
No.
asking for it. And she
tell
gives me
your
that look
friends.
like that.
Tell your friends now.
Spread the word that we've got the Pro Cut on
Yeah.
that deal. It's absolutely
Should we go and
phenomenal.
have a look at it?
Yes, please. Let's just go and do another, show you this again, because this is a remarkable deal. So first of all, the machine, this is my favourite die cutting machine I've ever used, and I've used a lot of different die cutting
Oh,
machines.
yeah, definitely.
And the reason I love it so much is that 5mm plate will not bend. We had customers messaging us this afternoon to say that they bought the first Pro Cut ever, and they're still using that first set of plates. That's incredible. Think about how often you need to replace your plates, how much are they, and then contemplate treating yourself to one of these, because it doesn't have the most pressure in, it has just the right amount of pressure in. And in conjunction with that thicker 5mm top plate, that will not bend. You also get your rubber mat, 2 3mm plates. You get a little booklet with the plate combinations in there as well. You get your magnetic sheet, and you also get your metal shim, which means that you can cut fabrics, mylar, thin grey board. I mean, I cut 1mm grey board,
Yes,
which
yeah.
just literally popped out earlier
looks
on.
really
It's
nice.
fabulous. Now, normally £169, and I have to say it's worth every penny. But what we've done today is dropped it to £85.99. Then we have a club called Club Highlight, and depending on what tier you're in, so you start in tier 1, you get spend so much, then you get moved up to tier 2, and your discount goes up the further up you get, because that's a thing to do, right?
That's it.
Great. So even if you're brand new customer today, you're in tier 1, you're going to get 5% discount off that price. Because when Stephanie told me, I went, please tell me that's club. She was like, no, that's before your club. I was like, right, fine. So it brings it down to £81.69. There's no postage, and your points that will go back on your account in a couple of weeks are worth just over £4. In fact, £4.08. So you knock those off, it's £77.61. But we also launched a die cutting club today, and if you want to join the club, you can. Is it Shop Club? Amber, yeah, Shop Club, it's $29.99 for 3 months. You'll get a pre-filmed class every month. You'll get a download, and you'll get access to a closed Facebook group where you're invited to join, where you share all your creativity in there, which is fabulous.
Yeah.
You take the value of the club off, because we're including it with this. I know, we didn't need to do that, but we did it, because we can. So, brings your machine down to £47.62.
£47.62, that's ridiculous.
For a Pro Cut. It's brilliant. Honestly,
Yeah.
I cannot recommend this product highly enough. There's not a lot of products I say about that, but this is absolutely one of them. It is brilliant. This is Sonora Destin Creative. We use them all day, every day. They're in the festival. Use them all through the festivals when we're teaching loads and loads of people day in,
suppliers
day
have come
out.
to us, and
Jamie
they're now
Rogers,
using them.
yeah.
This is it. Those familiar faces that you know and love, use them. People have been
Yep.
introduced to these machines who have been crafting their entire life and have transitioned to a Pro Cut
Absolutely.
because they've just gone, why have I not used this before?
So, if you're sick of buying new plates, if you want a really, 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 really good deal on a Pro Cut, pop it in your basket, but please, please, please check it out, okay? Because if you don't, I have no idea what time this deal is or when or what day it's coming off, but it won't be
don't
very
know.
long. It won't be on for like a week or 2 weeks because we haven't got that much stock. It
No.
won't be,
Well, not
won't
after
be
today.
that much. I'll tell
So
you.
many of you have
We've
been
sold
getting it.
loads of these today, so please, please, please. If you make your mind up, if you decide you don't want it, that's absolutely fine. Take it out your basket. Somebody else can pop it in theirs. But please, 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 if you do want one at this price, I'm even contemplating buying a second one for home.
Well, this is what I was saying earlier. I was like, it's so good. I mean, I have I've got one that I have at work. I've got one at home. The one I've got at home is the black one. That was probably around about 3 years ago now. I still have the same plates with that machine and the plates I've got, which is actually my
Absolutely.
blue one that I have here. But I might treat myself to the pink one.
Well, I mean, and a present. So you can spread the cost. You can do PayPal Pay in 3, Klarna and ClearPay. And I know this is early because we're only in the middle of May, but what a great Christmas gift, birthday gift,
sorted.
anniversary gift. Nobody's going to go, oh, I've already got a die cutting machine, because when they try this is the one that they're going to be using all the time.
Yeah.
This is super, super, super busy, okay? Please don't think I'm pushing you. I know I sound like I do, and I know I sound like those presenters on those shopping channels going rah, 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 rah.
But this
and
is
I
your
don't want to
time.
do this, but I also don't want you to miss out on that deal.
Yeah.
And I can see Amber literally changing the numbers of how many of you are shopping for this as
So
it
many of
goes.
you in the
It's
comments.
the word's going to spread, isn't it? All
Yeah.
it needs is a couple of shares on Facebook, and that's it.
Tell your friends, tell them if you know
Yes.
that if they've come around to you and said, oh, I've always used my pre-cut decoupage sheets, your die cutting machine's incredible, tell them about it. Say, oh, by the way, just to let you know, Highlight Crafts, they've got a never seen before deal on before that they've never ever done
Absolutely.
anywhere before. No one has ever done
Hopefully
this.
we'll never do it again either.
No.
Right, shall we go and spin the wheel?
Oh, let's spin it.
Did you type Wednesday? Did you?
Did you do it?
Are we going to choose a winner, my love, please? Let's do it. Let's do it, shall we? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And then we can all go and sit in a dark room and rock.
Rogers.
It's who?
Daphne Rogers.
Daphne Rogers.
Daphne
Oh,
Rogers,
Daphne,
congratulations,
I
Daphne.
love that.
What have you won? What have you
Oh,
won?
what if you want? What if you want? Number four.
number
1,
four.
2, 3, 450 points. Well done, Daphne.
Congratulations.
Can you message us, darling, please? And we will get those popped onto your account. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are back tomorrow with a fabulous day.
Yes,
Yes,
we
aren't
are.
we? Oh, right. Come here. Tomorrow morning, Airbrush is back.
Airbrush is back in stock.
Alcoholics and Storage is back, but the marble paints, and if you go out, if you sit there and go, yeah, I don't do marbling, wait, the marbling paints with a different use tomorrow on a ridiculously good price.
Never seen
8
before.
a.m. Me and him. Going to be a lot of fun tomorrow.
Don't miss it.
See you there. Bye.
Bye.